And there he is, Tommy Shelby, the Joker. We'll get a cameo from Sky soon, and then we got our guy Josh Allen. What's up, dude? How's your Tuesday?
Tuesday's going good. Just got a massage. Yeah, it's been a good last couple days.
Is the Tuesday massage, is that your routine you do every week?
Yes. Yep. I got the
That's great.
same one. It's more so just to get the body going, because took
Yeah.
a few hits on Sunday night.
Well, see, this is why you're just getting so good at everything. You bring me right to the first question. Early on, there was a game between the Bills and the Packers, and you made like a crazy run to get down to the 1 yard line, get rocked by Rasul Douglas, get up, full smile, maybe even a laugh, and you're mic'd up, and we all hear you say afterwards, "I love that bleep, the S word. I love it." Explain for people who don't know, like why do you love getting rocked like that? Why would you say that?
I wish I could tell you the exact answer. I'm not quite sure. In high school, we had our head ball coach, Coach Magnuson, always said, "You got to be a little sick to love this game." I guess I'm just a little sick. And the mic'd up deal, I've never been a fan of being mic'd up. So I've always told
Sure.
my PR department, the PR department, or our media department to not tell me and just to try to hide it. So I actually had no idea I was mic'd up. So I'm a
Oh
little
my
little
God.
worried what they're going to put out. So I'm not quite sure what I was saying throughout the game. I wasn't really paying attention to what I was saying. So yeah, I didn't really know I was mic'd up. So we'll see. It'll be fun.
Because I've learned over the years that part of the conduct when you are mic'd up, at least when you know, is that sometimes you'll be like to your teammates, "Yo, just FYI, dude, like I am mic'd up, so don't be starting to tell me about your personal life or anything you don't want to know." Like that's really the etiquette. So, but you don't have the luxury of doing that because you want it to not be known.
And that's the problem. The dilemma that I had and this feeling I had and not letting my teammates know because I usually would walk around and be like, "Hey, feds are hot. Feds are hot." So just let them know, like, all right, I'm staying away from Josh today. Not going to be saying what I usually say on game day, but um, I guess this is the most authentic version of me that people will see. So uh, I'm nervous at the same time, excited because I sometimes I black out and don't really know what I'm saying.
I know, but that's what makes you fun. That you're the guy who loves football so much, and your high school coach is right, and you do love it. When you take one squarely on the pads, like it actually does in a weird way feel good. It just lets you know that there's contact. Do you have like if I were to ask you, what is the hardest hit you've ever taken in the pros? Do you remember it? Do you have an answer for that?
I couldn't tell you the exact one. Obviously, Jadavian Clowney and Merciless back in my rookie year, they got my
Mm-hmm.
elbow pretty good. I threw the ball and
Mm.
ended up hurting my elbow a little bit. That's the one that I remember the most.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that like I physical pain. There was one in junior college. I was actually one of my first plays in junior college. I didn't start the
Okay.
first couple games. I get thrown in there right before halftime, and I threw a ball and I got hit right in the chest and my eyes, like I literally couldn't see straight. But it was like I got hit, like it wasn't hitting the head. I was just
Yeah.
so I couldn't breathe because it hit me in my chest. So I'm trying to get my breath, and we did signals on the sideline. So I'm looking over to the sideline, and I'm like,
Sure.
I look at my running back. I'm like, you're gonna have to tell me the play because I can't see what coach is signaling right now. Um, yeah, so that's the one I think I remember the most out of any of them, and it wasn't even that hard of a hit. He just got me right in my chest, and just kind of all functions went haywire.
Did Reedley College win that game?
If I remember correctly, we did.
I bet you did. It's cool. I bet you did. I love stories from that era of your career. It's just so unique. We've talked about you jumping over guys, and now you get rocked. It's obviously they were playing some hard football. You know what else I'm here for, dude? The thing that you've got going now. I've talked about this a lot on the show. I'm just like kind of over the gritty. It's just so played out, and everyone's done it a million times. I'm a big fan of Josh Allen running to the sideline and Jordan Phillips hoisting him like he's a baby
Yeah.
over his head. Dude, it is awesome. Tell me how this is, what it's like, and how did this start?
I honestly don't know how it started. I just every time I come
Yeah,
off the field, he's right there on the sideline doing this to me. And so I'm like, all
he goes
right,
like
I
that.
guess I'm doing it. Yeah. And I just kind of run over there and it's just kind of a thing, especially like just I think it's more so home games or like when some good plays are
Yeah.
happening. He gets pretty excited, and he's my locker mate. We play a lot of Call of Duty together too, so we got a pretty good relationship. And obviously, we missed him the last couple of years when he wasn't here, but
Yeah.
we're extremely happy and excited to have him back. And he's been making some plays. It's been awesome to watch.
What's your Call of Duty style? Like how do you get after it? Like there's the campers, there's the aggressive ones. Like what's your style?
I'm the team motivation. Like if you need ammo, I'm dropping my ammo for you. Like I'm there to pick you up. I'm not very good at it, and I really just play just so I can have some brotherhood and togethership with my teammates and my friends that I don't get to see or speak to all that often. So it's a good way to keep in touch with some old friends. But yeah, I'm not good at all. Like I'm terrible at the game. I like to have a good time. It's just going on there really talking crap to the opposing team when it's on the start menu or whatever it is. And I get after. That's probably my favorite part is the crap talking from the opposing team. We get after it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. And listen, I'm here to tell you, dude, like you don't really want the starting quarterback to be that great at Call of Duty. Like that's fine if you're not that good. And it is so on brand for you as a teammate to be like, look, if you need some ammo, I'm here for you. Like I'll give you anything, a shirt off my back. That is like the perfect Josh Allen answer. I believe it, and they probably love you for it.
I get a lot of invites. I'm always with a group of players, so I guess I'm doing things the right way, even though I'm very
Let's
bad
invite
at the game.
Josh. He sucks and always gives us his ammo. It's a perfect teammate to bring in. I get it, dude. I totally get it. We talked a lot last week about we have from our own perspectives like a mutual admiration for Aaron Rodgers in our own different ways. Any memorable exchanges with him before the game, after the game? I know he means a lot to you.
No, we were running up the sideline pre-game. We just kind of gave him a tap, and we just kind of walked in together, shared a couple words. But no, he's awesome. I really appreciate him, and I called him last week because I don't know if I told you. Did I tell you about I was at the Padres game. He texted me like, "You're a poser. You're not even a Padres fan. Like, what are you doing?" So I FaceTimed him, and we talked a little bit the week prior. So, I'm hoping I sent him one of my jerseys in hopes that maybe he sends one back so I can frame it in my basement. But we'll see. I think he's a hard guy to get a jersey from. So maybe if we can, put some pressure on him, that'd be nice.
Oh, dude, he'll get it. Like you'll get a 12. You'll get like a cool, perfect autograph and everything. He'll write something like very poetic and thoughtful on it. Like I know that'll get there. I've told you this too. Like I got.
Or he goes the opposite, saying you're an idiot because of your movie reviews, potentially the Princess Bride.
Are you mean to tell me that when you had a quick moment with Rodgers before the game, he did not bring up the Princess Bride in that quick moment?
Not in that quick moment. No, not. I haven't talked to him about that yet. So I'm sure we'll see.
It's coming. It's going to be signed Aaron Rodgers, and like you think you're better than me, Josh. Inconceivable. Like he'll totally zing you. That's what's coming.
Yeah, exactly.
The last question about Rodgers is that he used to talk a lot. I remember when Brian Urlacher retired. Rodgers came out and said, like, I'm going to miss Brian, like, because we're rivals, but we used to talk so much during the games. And we'd have all these conversations that were kind of competitive but respectful. There's always been that over the years. Like, I remember Brett Favre and Warren Sapp used to, like, go at it, like, face to face, but they loved it. Are there guys in the league, or maybe even specifically in the AFC East who you play all the time, who are on defense, that, like, you just kind of love that chatter back and forth and you guys feed off it? Did you have those guys?
I think Matthew Judon, who's playing at a high level, I think every time we play against each other, it's always good, like good talk. It's not like the hardcore trash talk that you get from some guys. It's very respectful. I got a lot of respect for his game, and I think vice versa. Who knows? But I got a lot of respect for him, and I know he's playing at a high level right now. He's up there. Jamal Adams was another guy. Obviously, he was on the Jets, and he's not there anymore. But we talked. We got after it on the field. I think we talked a lot to each other, and those are probably the two guys that we've had, I guess, okay interactions with.
Yeah, I hear you, dude. A lot of them don't probably have much to say to you, but I like Judon is an incredible player. He terrorized the Jets last week, and he's having like a really, really good season. You guys have the Jets this week. As a team, you've won five in a row against them. You've had a lot of success, but a lot of people have had a lot of success. It's the Jets, and the thing that Jets fans hate hearing, they just hate it, is when you just say same old Jets, same old Jets. You're starting to get ready for the Jets game. This team feels a little different when you look at them. Why is it not same old Jets?
No, I mean they're playing at a very very high level right now. They're extremely motivated. They're extremely well coached, especially at, like the defensive side of the ball. They got some playmakers that have been
Mm-hmm.
in that system now. Quinton Williams is terrorizing the league. He's a fantastic player. So we got to be ready for that. Obviously, they've got some rookies that are playing at a very high level too. So again, it's all about a good week of work. Finding a game plan that we like going into it, and all obviously it comes down to executing on Sunday. But again, in division, at their home turf against a team that's playing motivated, coming off a loss, it's a week to week league, man, and anybody can beat anybody. So we gotta be ready for anything they can throw at us.
Hell yeah. And Quinnen has been amazing. I mean, we could ask Rodgers about
Yeah.
that. He was so good against the Packers. You face great D tackles all the time. You started week one against Aaron Donald. Do you prepare differently when you know there's an interior guy who's super disruptive? You and I have talked about how you do your stiff arm and hold the ball away and get out of it sometimes. Like, how does that affect your week of prep with a guy like Quinnen coming?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a little different when you're talking about like a defensive end that's a game wrecker. When you can get a tight end or running back to chip on
Yeah.
them, it's kind of hard to do that with an interior defensive line. So it's about getting two offensive linemen to him, kind of slide the protection that way, trying to get four hands on the guy at all times. Which again presents its own problems if they want to bring pressure away from him. Then you're keeping your back in. And if they bring two, then you're hot. So there's a lot of different things that you can do, but it opens you up to being more susceptible to other things, pressure, keeping your back in. So we'll find a way. I trust our guys up front. We're gonna have our hands full. With this defense. Like I said, they're playing at a really high level right now. There's my girl.
Yeah, that's our girl. What up, Sky? Yeah, chilling.
Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna have our hands full. So we gotta have a good week of practice, put our best foot forward.
How about first time in your life you've ever faced this? A rookie corner named Sauce. People love this guy. He's getting a lot of hype. He's put a lot of good football on tape. He makes plays. What's it like? You're facing a rookie corner that's supposed to be blood in the water, yet you look at him and you're like, oh damn, this guy can play. Number 4 pick in the draft. How do you even approach that with that kind of guy?
Yeah, we're 7 games into a season. I think they're 8 games into a season already. I
Yeah.
think the whole rookies I stopped calling our rookies stupid rookies a few weeks ago. Right now they're part of our team. So once you get playing in this league, I think 8 games is plenty enough time to get acclimated. At this point, you're a ball player, and the dude's a ball hawk. He's a baller. He was that way in college. He got picked extremely high for a very good reason because he's playing really good football right now. And again, we got to find ways to get our ball to our playmakers and keep it away from their guys. And made some bad decisions on my part this last week, and especially in that fourth quarter. So I got to be better with that. And like I said, it all comes down to having a good week of practice and executing on Sunday.
It does, and I have a really important question. This is where we live here in the basement, dude. What is Josh Allen's personal favorite sauce? You an A1 guy? What do you think?
So I was gonna say A1, and I don't particularly like it with my steak. I actually like it with my fries. So when I go to a nice steakhouse, I ask the waitress, I'm like, hey, do you guys have A1 sauce? And please let the cooks and the chefs know it's not for the steak. The steak's great. I just love it with my French fries. So yeah, I might have to go A1. That's probably it's probably my favorite. Or
Dude, let me tell you.
the JA17 sauces, the barbecue and the mild hot sauce
yeah.
sold at Wegmans, How can I
So
forget that?
exclusively at Wegmans, it's kind of similar, Josh, to the JA17 blend, which is also sold exclusively at Wegmans and goes to a very good cause. Every single penny. Am I right?
everything, but I see absolutely zero revenue from the sauces, the coffee blends, everything else. So that all will go straight to the Patricia Allen Fund at Ocean Children's Hospital.
The best. And I love that you do that, and we will continue to talk about that all season. Let me just close the book on this before we move on. I love A1 sauce. There's no shame in loving A1 sauce. There's no shame in putting it on a steak. It's delicious. I still do it. I don't care if that makes me some hillbilly or something. Josh, you can just nod if you do it too. I put it on a steak. It's good.
I do it every once in a while. Like facility, sometimes it needs it. And I grew up on A1 sauce. Like that's something we had in our household all the time. Yeah.
All right. I love to hear it, and I'm with you on that. Last question about the Jets, and then we got to get to important business. Zach Wilson, young guy, first round pick, coming off a week in which he openly struggled. Dude, he's taken a lot here in New York City. Like, he's taken a lot of criticism. It's time to bench him. It's time to move on. You watch a lot of ball. You know a lot of ball. What do you think when you see him?
Well, again, I think it's a guy trying to make a play. And I was at that same position. I threw 3 picks against the Patriots my second year, and that's kind of the game where it all clicked for me after that game. So you can take that for what it is. I think, again, I've had a lot of different talks with Zach along the way, and seeing him here or at an event there, he's such a good dude. I do really appreciate how he is as a person. He's a guy that guys can get behind and really follow. Sometimes, again, it takes a little longer. It took me a while to kind of understand the nuances of this game and trying not to do too much. So I think that's kind of what it comes down to, of not trying to do too much and allowing you to trust your guys on the field with you. And I don't want to give them too much advice, before we play them. So maybe next week we can have a longer talk. But again, guys got to go out there and play football, man. Like, we can't think about making mistakes, because that's ultimately when you do make mistakes, and you just got to go out there and just got to go ball.
It's really cool. 3 interceptions against the Patriots in your second year. It's exactly like him, and look where you are now. It's really, really good perspective. We have to get to this. So I always respect about you that you're very, very modest, and you're genuinely down to earth. It's not an act. It's how you were raised. And yet I'm going to test that here. In the great state of Maine, there is a town called Westbrook, Maine, and apparently got a lot of Bills fans, and they're having an issue that's made the news cycle. People are voting for you for mayor. They're putting lawn signs out there that say Josh Allen for mayor, and it starts as this joke, but it's not a joke now. The official town Facebook, listen to this. They had to make a posting that said, "Please note that Josh Allen is the quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. He is not a candidate in the city of Westbrook, and votes cast for Josh Allen will be counted as blanks." They got to be like, enough with this. So, Josh, you have a lot of support there. Any message to your supporters and your people and the people who are voting for you?
Thanks. I appreciate it. But I don't know if my job will allow me to be mayor of your guys' city. I appreciate the thought, though. But typically, when a city is going to do that, it's kind of like the whole Harambe thing, right? When you tell people not to do it, they're going to do it even more. And we miss. I don't know how this got brought up, but it got brought up in our quarterback room, Harambe, not too long ago. Yeah. And I don't know if you remember the gorilla. Oh yeah. That got shot. But Case Keenum didn't really understand how big of a deal it was. I was like, no, like, I think it actually might have been. We might have been talking about this. I was like, yeah. Harambe almost got voted for mayor too, so it is what it is. It's cool, but usually, I think Elon Musk said this. When Dogecoin was kind of coming out, and he says typically when it's like the parody coin or the parody thing, that's typically what people kind of gravitate towards too, because it's like some relevance in people's lives, and it ends up being kind of the top dog. But again, I will not be mayor of what'd you call it, Brooksport?
Yes, it's Westbrook, Maine. Westbrook, Maine.
Yeah. Although maybe someday. I won't rule it out.
You don't know. Maybe he will. Josh has a lot of football to play and a lot of media to do. I think we can call this our best session because we've hit A1, we've hit Harambe, which I didn't know we'd get into a Harambe conversation today, but it was like Harambe was killed because the kid fell in there, and everyone's like, why did you have to kill Harambe? He didn't do anything wrong. That was 2016. Like, you were still in college. But like
Yeah.
Harambe like ran the country for a while. It was everywhere. In that
It was big. It was big. And I'm a big meme
Mhm.
guy. Like I don't know if you saw my recent post
Sure.
with the Bills about
I
being
did.
the social media intern.
Oh yeah,
I
that's
love
awesome.
my memes, and I remember that was a big thing back in the day.
It was massive. All right, it's time. Here we go. The 2022 Josh Allen Film Festival. Josh, let's bring it up. We're going to go through the ratings. And I have to tell you this. There is a writer, as we see the grades, everything from an A for Shawshank down to a Princess Bride C. There is a writer for Yahoo Entertainment, Kevin Polloway, and he writes for Yahoo, dude, a legitimate outlet. Josh Allen is not only the most exciting and daring player in the NFL, he's also the most exciting and daring film critic. So this thing is catching on. And you know what we're getting to today? We're getting to a
Yeah.
little movie from 1980 called The Shining. It sounds a little like this.
Here's Johnny.
Okay, you saw it. What did you think of The Shining? This is kind of a big one.
It's a very big one. I think it's quite possibly the greatest horror film ever made. And I think like it's not like a jump scare movie. It's kind of like the isolation that John Torrance has, and like he's kind of going mad, and you know his son's seeing these different things, and the two girls, and then the blood running through, and you know the red rum, and there's a lot of things that I didn't realize, like when he freezes, and I've seen that picture, that meme of him frozen, and I never knew what it was from. I thought it was from a comedy movie. I didn't know it was from this. So it's still very relevant, like even in today. And I don't know, what was it, 1980?
80.
So it was awesome. I thought the shots were really cool. And I saw a video a while back how they created the blood through the hallway scene. There's like a little miniature version. I don't know if that was real or not, but it's crazy how like it was shot in such a good way. I'm giving this an A. Like again, it wasn't like a jump scare thing, but it was just like this eerie isolation movie, and you can feel him going mad, and like the division between him and his family. It was pretty. I wouldn't say cool, but it was a cool how they shot it, and I thought Jack Nicklaus, obviously that's kind of one of his probably his number one acting performance, and that's what people kind of know him for. Was this movie, and Here's Johnny part, obviously, and then I Don't Want to Hurt You, Darling. I Just Want to Bash Your Skull In, right? Like it was it's freaking nuts, and it was just like this eerie feeling that you had the entire time. It was kind of silent, and you didn't really know what was going on. And every time there was about to be a jump scare, like it didn't scare you, but you knew it was coming. Like, yeah, it was pretty crazy.
I can tell you loved it. And eventually she comes in, and, you know, Jack's been working and typing and working, and she goes through the page, and it's just all work and no play, make Jack a dull boy.
Makes
and
Jack a
that
dull
scene
boy,
itself is like minutes and minutes long, and the baseball bat, and you're freaking out, right?
Yeah. And again, like you just don't know what direction it's going, and you can like I said, you can feel him starting to go mad, and you don't know if it's because of, you know, the isolation in the writing or some paranormal activity that's being pushed upon him, and you know, and his kid kind of seeing stuff. So yeah, it was nuts.
Right. I'm so pleased. And you're going to learn a lot more about that movie now that you know it. It's a Stephen King novel, Stanley Kubrick movie, and there's a lot of controversy and theories and everything.
Because it's a lot different than the book, right? Sure. And that's why Stephen King was mad about it.
Yeah, it's a huge departure from the book. Like the maze at the end never happens. In the book, at the end, the Overlook explodes. It like burns down, and it's a totally different ending. And it's like Jack doesn't start off as crazy as he does in the movie. So King was like, this movie sucks, and everyone's like, King, what are you talking about? It's Kubrick. It's amazing. So that's kind of the myth of it. And then there's all these theories and conspiracy theories, and a lot of things about Native Americans, and like you could spend weeks just researching the background on it. And I know you're into that kind of stuff.
I definitely will.
All right, but first you got to get ready for the Jets, and we have to assign a movie for the film festival this week. Dude, we got a treat. This is a different week. So I got to talk to your boy McDermott on Good Morning Football. He comes by. He's aware of the film festival. He's aware of your grades. And let's roll the clip. Me talking to on Good Morning Football head coach Sean McDermott, Josh's coach, and here's his thoughts on the film festival.
The Princess Bride, I would bring up a little bit, and you know, I would love to see some talk about Vision Quest, or maybe Ferris Bueller's Day Off, or you know, Top Gun on this list. I don't see that anywhere, but talking about movies of my genre and my era, I think you got to give some respect and some love to those three as well.
Your thoughts?
One, I haven't seen Vision Quest. That's the only one I haven't seen. I actually watched Ferris Bueller's Day Off maybe a month ago for the first time. I freaking loved that movie. That was so cool.
Amazing.
Like, it was amazing. I've seen, obviously, Top Gun. That's one of the all-time classics. And most recently, Maverick. I got it right up here, right?
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
So again, I haven't seen Vision Quest. So if that's one we want to watch this week, I'm willing to do that.
And this is the twist. Josh, I've never seen Vision Quest, so we're both going to watch it. You in?
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. 1985, it's a movie about high school wrestling, which we know McDermott is like super extra about that stuff.
Yeah.
Matthew Modine, Linda Fiorentino. You watch it, I'll watch it. You hopefully beat the Jets, and we'll talk about it next week.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks, Kyle.
You're the best. Later, Josh. Bye, Sky.
See you guys.